He called me and he said, "You are my God, sir." My first message to the whole student community will be those who could not qualify in IS examination, they are not the lesser mortals.
Welcome to the next episode of Bharat Manthan series. And here we are talking to the special dignitaries who are actually helping in shaping India for 2047. Viewers, today we are sitting down with a man who achieved what millions of young Indians dream of. He cracked UPSC Civil Services examination, but after a few months in service, he walked away from the corridors of power. He chose a different calling. Over the last few decades, he had helped build thousands of IAS, IPS, IPS officers, and he's often called the god of geography by his students. So, welcome to the show, Alok Ranjan sir. Leaving the civil services is a massive decision in India. It carries immense social prestige. So, what prompts you
Actually, there is
that?
a long story behind it. There was a terrifying regime of Lalu Yadav in Bihar. So I was born in Bihar and in Gaya district.
Hmm.
Then I joined Hindu college for my graduation. And from there, it all started. And from Hindu College to Campus Law Center to MSc Geography Chennai. So I did a lot of academic work. Naturally, when you are born in Bihar or Gangetic Plain, UP and Bihar, the whole family wants you to be an IS. So I started my journey. I started going through all the NCRTs and books. And then finally, I got my first interview call in my first attempt itself. But something went very eccentric in my family, something which I will never like to reveal and talk about it. So something happened, and I got simply deviated from my preparation, and I was disenchanted with the whole uh, society, the system, the police system, and everything. So I decided to be a teacher, and I decided to talk to millions of students. That was my dream. The young ones, the most educated ones, coming from IITs and coming from the medical science field also. So I became a teacher. The idea was to convey all my inner thoughts about my country and whatever reason I collected by reading hundreds of books in British Library and many things which I did during my college days. So this is how I chose to be a teacher. And then you have to believe that there is some providential design. Like I had scored very high marks in geography optional. So coaching institutes wanted me to come and take few sessions with them. So I was invited by ensemble classes. K. Siddhartha sir invited me, and I took few classes in Chandigarh. So from there itself, I got the flavor of teaching, and the students were very enthused listening to me. It elated my heart. I felt rejoiced in this profession. And then I went to Hyderabad for a few classes, and people fell in love with me, I would say. And I
Hmm.
was young, I was terribly young. I was only 23, 24. And so all my students became my friends. And I will move with them on roads everywhere, talking to them, learning from them also. I always say that students have been my best teachers also. So there I got into studies again in Hyderabad. Then I joined the libraries of Osmania University. There I could have this opportunity to read so many books by foreign authors, which I have never seen ever in my life. So that was the turning point. And then people from Hyderabad called me again, Mr. K.S. Rao. He's MLA today from
Hmm.
Tirupati belt. He's doing good in politics now. Very authentic person. So Mr. K.S. Rao gave me a call again with the help of Mr. QH Khan. QH Khan was a leading faculty of science in the IS. So these people got me connected again to Hyderabad, and I went back Hyderabad for another 20, 30 days of classes for prelims. And to my fate, eventually most of the questions came from my class notes. So Billi ke bhagye se chika toota, I'm giving no credit to myself. It just happened that the questions came from my notes, and I became a hero the next day. So the management of Case Rao Institution, they said you should continue here as a teacher. While I was doing my campus law center, a law course, a degree course in law from Delhi University.
Mm-hmm.
So such a fantastic story and such a interesting journey of my life. And then I went back to Hyderabad again. I was flying for the first time in an aeroplane. That was my dream. That is
Mm-hmm.
what attracted me to Hyderabad, not really the classes. I was still too young to be a teacher. But people's love, students' love, and the management, Mr. K.S. Rao, they all contributed in my life. Mr. QH Khan sir, Kumar Gaurav sir, who initially entangled me with K. Siddhartha sir. So it's contribution of so many good people that you emerge and you can do something of your choice, of your dreams in your life. This is how it all started. I got waiting list and I never joined it actually in civil services. My name was in the waiting list. So and I had got Indian Postal Department. So it was not so lucrative. So being on the
Mm-hmm.
honest part, I didn't get any IS IPS job. I was selected, but I could never write my other attempts uh, because I was really upset, and what remained was only formality. In my heart, teaching was there. I wanted to become a coach, and the rest was all superficial. So this is how it happened. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think whatever you said is truly right because it's one's perception, and I'm sure there must be some things with you because an IS officer can only transform one district, but one teacher can shape thousands of officers. So we have
That's
actually
true.
seen it to be happening in real with you with this example. So yeah.
Yeah.
Now, over the
Yeah.
years, you have seen every kind of students, right? Village backgrounds, urban students, Hindi medium, English medium, financial struggles, family pressures, multiple failures. So, according to you, what separates the students who finally crack this exam from those who remain stuck?
Yeah, that's a very beautiful question, actually. So, you are asking the most intriguing question of my career. So, I would say a few things before I answer to your question. Actually, I am the sole teacher who taught in Hindi medium and English medium with the same love and same affection, with the same passion, with the same quality, with the same determination, and a similar number of people joined me in English and Hindi medium both. And my classes will run in Badra Cinema Hall to the big halls of Delhi. So I have actually great insight. I can really differentiate between the Hindi medium students and the English medium students. Actually, Hindi medium students doesn't have access to good books, and all the great works of the great authors, they are only in English medium. They are not even translated, and even if there are translations, they're actually very poor translation. So Hindi mediums have their suffering mainly because of, not because of they lack intelligence or the hard work, only because the material is not there. The second fundamental difference will be that Hindi medium teachers are very different from the English medium teachers. English medium teachers are not teaching in Hindi medium, and I was the only teacher who was teaching English in both English and Hindi medium. This is how the results came almost equally in English and Hindi medium. And I would also add here that the day I stopped teaching in Hindi medium, the even the results have almost ceased to be. It has dried up, and Hindi medium is in completely pathetic condition. So I invite all the English medium teachers of today to contribute equally and effectively in Hindi medium. Now, second thing, what makes a person, a student, an IS officer? I think what is my discovery of my this intense 15 years of teaching is that if a student has this, you know, quality of doing hard work, that is not enough.
Mm.
Emotionally investing your life and your years into UPSC is not enough. Even reading multiple sources and doing multiple courses is not enough. Even doing hundreds of test series and writing and reading day and night is just not enough. What you need are three things. So this is for everyone. This is my experience speaking. You should not be one who procrastinate things. आज का काम कल पे टालने वाले लोग कभी सक्सेसफुल नहीं होते हैं. So my first message to the whole student community will be, if you are in habit of procrastination, you will never be successful in your life. Because what is procrastination? Like something you are scheduled to do today, but you are postponing it for tomorrow. So what will happen? You will postpone something for day after tomorrow, and finally everything will pile up. And as things will pile up, it will become so burdensome. And finally, you will succumb to your burden. So the burden which you create for yourself gives the death blow to your career. So every student needs to understand this at the first stage. So don't do procrastination. And
काल
second
करे सो
idea
आज
is,
आज करे सो अब
हाँ आज करे तो
राइट
वही बिल्कुल
राइट
बिल्कुल।
हम्म
आप अगर आज डिले कर रहे हो ना, तो आज का कल पे शिफ्ट होगा, कल का परसों पे शिफ्ट होगा, और फाइनली वो पाइल अप कर जाएगा ओवर ए ईयर।
हम्म
सेकंड थिंग है, उसको कहते हैं प्रोवर्ब में कि ईट द फ्रॉग। ईट
हम्म
द फ्रॉग मीनिंग समथिंग which actually is causing threat or fear to your success. You have to kill that first, meaning walk in the direction of fear. You have to walk in the direction of fear, then you will be successful. I'm giving you a simple example. If CSAT is haunting you, walk in the direction of CSAT. Resolve it first. Eat the frog. That is what is eating the frog. If economy is hurting you, if geography has become incomprehensible for you, if history is haunting you, so you have to move in the direction of either history or whatever is creating a threat perception to your career. So you have to move in that direction. So eat the frog first. Like I'm started preparing for. I have decided to prepare for civil services now, and my inner self is saying, my inner consciousness is suggesting me that I am poor in English. So I will work first in English, then I will move to history books or NCRTs. So eat the frog. First formula is procrastination will be the worst thing to be with you all the time. And second, eat the frog. And third thing is you have to find the domain. So what domain theory says, that someone is good in arts, someone is good in science, someone just could be good in semi science or half science kind of thing like geography, and one can be good in purely literature. So you have to identify yourself and identify your domain. So where you belong to. So where you belong to, you must perform there. You have to give your best there. Like if someone is good in geography and economics, he should perform really good in geography and economics, rather than worrying much about what is in public administration, what is in political science, what is in history, what is in internal security, what is in ethics paper. So you have to know your domain first. So identify your domain, where you actually belong to. You may belong to science. So maybe you can start your preparation with geography and environment, science and technology, basic science, strengthen there. Keep a stranglehold command over these subjects, because these subjects will represent at least 30 to 35% of the whole syllabus. So if someone strengthens his 30-35% of syllabus, and in 50-55% you are rank 1. So imagine the role of these subjects in UPSC. While most of the people, what they do, they show laxity about their own domain subject, and they try to become an economist, they try to become a historian, they try to become an expert of constitution and law. And that is where they are going wrong, actually. Like I can give you
हम्म
example of Virendra Sehwag. Virendra Sehwag cannot hook a ball or pull a ball. He cannot face bouncer and beamers. That was not his quality. He knew his domain is to hit strike back with eye hand coordination. And that is what was
हम्म
suggested by his coach. And this is how he was great. So if you want to meet great success, you should identify your domain rather than going for. So don't try to be good allwhere. Don't try to be jack of all and master of none. Do mastery of
हम्म
your own domain, because that consists of 30-35% of question. I mean, so your perseverance, your hard work, they're all good. I'm not saying they're not required, but if you are in a habit of procrastinating things, you will not get success. You have to walk in the direction of fear. You have to identify your domain and then work. And then always remember that revision is the key. So you have to revise all the notes which you prepare by yourself time and again, time and again. Maybe sources should be limited, but whatever sources you are using should be repeated time and again, so that you have a great memory of whatever you learn in last 1 or 2 years of preparation. And one last thing I will suggest, that when you write notes in your own transcription, in your own handwriting, so your eyes will scan your own handwriting. But when you try to read others' notes or books directly, it doesn't help the same way as your own notes can do. So magic lies in reading your own notes, because magic lies in revision. So I mean, I can just go on, like we have been doing workshops on UPSC, so I can just go on for hours and hours. But I think these are the
yeah
3-4 vital things which everyone should keep in his mind.
true true
Okay.
So according to you, because these new batches which are coming in, they are the modern students, and with the information being spread all over across, right? So they are very much informed. So according to you, are they actually mentally stronger, or they are becoming mentally weaker than the previous generations?
And I think they are very strong. I mean, I have very different idea about the Gen Z. Gen Z
Hmm.
to me doesn't represent aggression. No, they represent energy. They represent a community which want change,
Hmm.
transformation, complete liberation from the existing norms. So that is what is Gen Z to me. They may look imbecile. They may be people who are not following the social rituals which have been imposed on them, so they will look like rebels, but actually they are not. They are actually pro changers. So I'm finding that the new ages, from the new ages, whoever students are coming, they carry great aggression in them in terms of flow of energy, not the negative energy I'm saying. Now, that
Hmm.
energy can be channelized into the realm of knowledge. So, once it
Hmm.
has been channelized into the realm of knowledge, they can yield great results. That is what I believe. So, now what is happening? What is going wrong with the Gen Z? I'm telling you, their sources have been now internet, and that is where they are going wrong. They are more on social media. That is where they are wrong. So the informations are in the books, in the research work, in the seminar papers. There is in the language of great teachers, but they are finding Chat GPT. But I tell you something interesting. Chat GPT also cannot qualify UPSC prelims. This has been testified for last 2 years. So
Hmm.
if your sources are Chat GPT, you are not doing justice to yourself. So channelize your knowledge energy into the right kind of books and the right kind of references, the right kind of
Yeah,
websites, the government websites maybe.
yeah, true. Because India actually wants to become a developed nation by 2047.
Yeah.
But the education system we are having currently, you see class 10, 12 exams, people are getting around 100 marks, full score everywhere. So
Yeah.
they are actually have become the exam clearing machines.
Yeah.
But we
Mm.
need to create India 2047, the thinkers. So do you see the thinkers are actually being made?
Mm, even the teachers are no more thinkers. Even the teachers are not doing the hard work. I'm really sorry to say that. But teachers, the new generation of teachers are also about cramming things and delivering in the class. Most of them believe in, flamboyancy, coming on the stage, hairstyle, the watches, the jeans they wear. So that is what is going on. So if the society doesn't have role model teachers, you cannot blame it upon the next generation. So if you want to create a great generation for 2047, then you need to have great teachers in universities. So what we need is not we need is great reform in the university system, and we need to have great professors there. And the solution lies in the transfer of professors from one university to another university. Why not the university professors from Arunachal Pradesh to be brought in Delhi, and from Delhi to be sent to Bihar? Why not? If the IAS officers can change their cadres and move all around on deputation, that will create a new zeal of learning among students, because the rural and the depressed areas doesn't have great teachers, and still the 80% to 75% the mass is lying with the rural areas. So the real transformation of our country is possible when we have great educators and great teachers. That is one criteria. Second criteria, and the second very important thing will be that the local administration must be involved. Like if you qualify IAS, IPS, you go and join a district. So all these IAS, IPS people, the SDMs I request them to have sessions in schools, in colleges, to go, please go there, motivate them to lead the nation, to lead from front. At least you can be a leader even as a primary school teacher also. So if someone cannot get into IS job, he can become a primary school teacher, and there he can show his quality and leadership. Nahi? So this is how
Mm.
transformation can take place. So we need
So
great teachers also, and students are doing their job. But who creates great student? Who created Arjuna? Who created Karn? Who created? You have to have a great teacher
mm,
and motivators, educators in the society. So that is what is required.
True.
Mm.
So now I'll take you to the next greatest disruptor of the society, and everyone is talking about, and that is the era of artificial intelligence. So, right now, a massive chunk of this UPSC examination preparation is data heavy, memorizing reports, formulas, demographic data, historical predecessors, I would say, geographical, coordinates. But AI can recall and learn that in milliseconds, right?
Yeah, in
So,
no
in
time.
an era where AI holds all the answer, what is the value of having this education, or I would say the human education, in creating an administrator?
I have a question, a counter question to you. Who created AI? AI is also created by human mind. So
Mm,
AI cannot supersede human mind. Human mind will always be ahead of AI because the creator cannot be behind creation. So creator has more intelligence than the creator. So human mind always will be ahead of any instrument or any mechanics which have been developed by AI. So I'm not really worried about this, aggrandizement of AI into the domain of education. I'm not worried. It is going to help educating even the common mass, which had no access to great knowledge or great teachers, great universities. So AI is going to benefit at the lower rungs of the society. I'm very sure about it. People who are
mm,
not resourceful, they are being benefited by social media or not? The answer will be
mm,
yes. The leaked videos of ours also are helping even the people in the rural folk to learn geography or GS or economics there also. They're getting it as freebies. So these are all great developments. I'm not really worried about it. Then why a student need to carry so much of information in his head? If all the
mm,
informations are in a device, he can think beyond it. So AI
mm,
will help a student or humanity to grow beyond the current intelligence. And I'm telling you, whenever there is a change in the society or a new innovation has been met or new invention has come, people will always cry, fall, 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 galat ho raha hai, galat ho raha hai. But the same technology will boost the economy, will boost our science, and will take us to the next level. I'm telling you. So I'm very happy why if AI comes and takes its role.
yeah. But everyone has to perceive the AI the way you have explained, because this time the generations are the scroll generation, right? They are scrolling and they're not getting the good content. They're just perceiving whatever
Actually,
comes
we
to
are,
it.
we are in transitional stage right now. AI
Mm,
has not taken the center stage. We are still transitional. We are still reading books. We are still looking into social media informations. We are still
mm,
looking into some AI models. So we are in transitional stage, and it will be like crystal clear after another decade that where we are
mm,
actually moving. So I am very
mm,
positive about AI. I tell you one incident when
mm,
dhoti, our ancestors used to wear dhoti, and suddenly pajama came. So everyone rebelled. ये क्या है? ये तो गलत है.
mm,
नहीं, फिर पाजामा गया, जीन्स आ गया. अब लंदन के फैक्ट्रीज में का मेल ने वो मशीन से बचने के लिए जीन्स इन्वेंट कर लिया. मशीन पहनने लगे. फीमेल समहाउ लाइक द जीन्स
mm,
एज ए रोब. सो इट बिकम वेरी पॉपुलर. तो जब जीन्स लोगों ने पहना, लोगों ने फिर उस पर रेबल किया. I'm just giving you a
mm,
simple example. So whenever
mm,
there is a
mm,
transformation, there will be a new cultural paradigm or a scientific paradigm coming in the society. So everyone feels that it is going to sabotage the old culture, but culture has longevity, culture has
mm,
progression, culture has continuity, culture is continuum.
mm,
So, yeah, so culture will always change. I am giving you one more example. Pashupati Shiva existed in the Indus Valley civilization.
mm.
Now, Pashupati still exists, but Indus Valley civilization doesn't exist. So, civilizations will always end, but cultures has a flow. It will continue to be there.
Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
very, very, very truly and rightly said. I think it's a very good lesson for all the viewers to take the AI in a positive way, not
yes.
to, you cannot swim against the current, right?
It's
So
an
go with the flow
irreversible
and just,
change.
yeah.
It's a mighty flow of technology, river, mighty flow of river. No, the
Mm,
society flows like a river. It is irreversible. A
true.
river cannot emerge from ocean and ride or climb the mountain top. It always emerges from the mountain summits and enters the. So you cannot reverse the trend. So it's better to accept the trend and go with the wind.
True.
Yeah.
All right, so I really enjoyed this segment. Now I'll move to my next segment, which is myth or reality. So I'll give you some statements about it, and you can mention as per your expertise, it's a myth or reality, and can explain that as well to our viewers.
Yeah.
So first, it's about we know whenever we talk about the IS preparation, UPSC, IPS, different forms of exams, which is for the government, it everyone has to enroll for the coaching institutes, right? So
Yeah.
in a way, these coaching institutes are actually turning these exams into a mechanical formula, you know? So do you think that is it a myth or a reality that the Indian bureaucracy has been diluted over the decades because of these coaching institutes who are turning these exams into a mechanical formula?
Wrong question to a wrong person. I have been a mentor and a coach. So, but I'm giving you my honest and the most divine opinion, which I feel from my subconscious mind, without any
Mm,
aberrations. So, actually, without coaching institutions and without the help of mentors, guides, and teachers, nobody ever gets success. It's one of the biggest myths that by sitting in a village and by reading books with sheer hard work, someone become an IS. It's
mm,
wrong. It's a completely wrong information. On many
mm,
occasions, students don't reveal, but I have seen with my own, experience of last 15, 20 years that everyone who has joined coaching institution, they have their success rate is much more. I'm telling you the reason why it is. First
mm,
thing that the UPSC has volumes of many volumes of knowledge, ocean of knowledge, I would say, and that has to be covered in a short period of time. So you need coaching classes for being disciplined, being structured, and confining your syllabus in a year or 1.5 years time. So that is where coaching institute actually helps. Then the coaching institutes will expose all the knowledge before you. Now it's upon you to pick them, revise them, purify them, and then be a good contender, be a good contestant. All right. So coaching institutes do have their role to play, but their role, I would say, will be 40%. 60% will be the role of the student themselves. Even if as a teacher, I always said in the class that I am like a cloud raining water. So if I precipitate and my droplets, knowledge of droplets are falling over sand, I will evaporate. I have no meaning. But if I am falling over the fertile soil, I can bring green revolution. So role of teachers are neutral. Role of coaching institutes are neutral, other than shaping their career, other than guiding them, giving mentorship, structuring the syllabus, defining the syllabus, redefining the syllabus. That is what testing them all the time in a small span of time, 7, 10, 8 days test conducted. No. So that is where coaching institutes become actually important. So coachings are not myth. And in coaching, we don't only teach knowledge, we also teach ethics, morality, honesty. We teach everything. And it's for the student community to take whatever they can take, and whatever they want to drop out, they simply shed or drop out.
mm. So,
Yeah. Mm.
so another myth or reality statement from my side will be an IS officer is powerless against the political executive. So the impact an individual can make is minimal. Do you think it's a myth or a reality?
No, it's a myth. If all the
Mm,
bureaucrats today decide that we will be rule abiding officers and will not succumb to all the wrong dictates coming from the politicians, then the whole country will change. So it's upon bureaucracy now. Dr. Ambedkar has constructed such a constitution and rule of law in this country that almost autonomous and independent role has been given to the ICS. Now it is called IS
mm,
services. So it is
mm,
upon all the IS officers to create a self-determining, to take a solemn vow that all of us will become honest, and no one will be bowing down to the wish of any politician in this country. Then you will find dramatic change in the functioning of democracy itself. So I don't think bureaucracy is less empowered. They have great, massive constitutional power because they are sitting over the implementation point,
mm,
right? They are not the policy makers, but implementation of the policies are in their hand. So who implements the policy sometimes is more important, or in fact more important. than who creates the policy. We have so many plan constructed by the Planning Commission, now the Niti Aayog, but they are all in the dumb box. They're all in the black box. None of them have been successful. Some of them partially successful. So the bureaucracy has to be a dominant on being honest, and B, proving that we are the most efficient machinery to run this country. So this is how it can be resolved.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, next is when you get a success, you become a IAS, IPS, or IFS. But when you get a failure, you are no one. So in Indian societies, where the people are actually appearing and preparing for that, they normally, overvalues the positions, positions and the stardom, and
Mm.
undervalues the purpose. How many of actually students are going for this route with a purpose that what they actually want to change? So according to you, it's a myth or a reality?
Uh, I tell you something which is very important, that in present day, there is a term called bureaucratic arrogancy.
Mm,
So the common man is facing bureaucratic corruption as well as bureaucratic arrogancy. And the bureaucrats are actually flaunting power. They are public servants. They are meant for servicing the common people, but they are exerting power. You know, this is actually misuse of power, and that has gone deep into their behavior. So it's very difficult for a common man to access bureaucrats. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying
mm,
all. Very
mm,
difficult to access to the bureaucrats and talk about their pain so that they can get some solution by the bureaucracy. That's not happening in this country. Now, as far as my idea on it is concerned, um, the bureaucrats need to have, to draw a line of morality and ethics for themselves. A, not being succumb to the wish of the powerful people in the society, and B, listening to the poor first. The last man, जिसको कहते हैं ना कि जो सबसे अंतिम आदमी है, उसको कैसे सुना जाए, उसके दर्द को कैसे समझा जाए. अब यही कारण है. This is the reason why bureaucrats have become the new sovereign, enlightened, despotic position or officers in our country. So the people are finding a way out, something like कि मेरा बेटा भी आईएएस बन जाए, तो हमारे घर में भी एक पावर सेंटर बनेगा. ये लोगों का
mm,
विश होते जा रहा है. हमारे घर में भी एक आईएएस होना चाहिए, हमारा कांटेक्ट भी किसी आईएएस से होना चाहिए, तब वो empowered फील करता है. ब्यूरोक्रेसी
mm,
वाज मेंट फॉर पब्लिक सर्विस, सर्विस देना था, लेकिन ब्यूरोक्रेसी आज कहीं ना कहीं पावर सेंटर बन गया. इसीलिए दे आर बीइंग टेकन एज रोल मॉडल. नाउ कमिंग टू द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ योर क्वेश्चन, the those who could not qualify in IS examination, they are not the lesser mortals. There is still one of those who have contested the exam, who have learned knowledge. Bravo. I am there with them also. They are equally intelligent, just that they couldn't make it through. I'm giving you one example. There is a hole in a wall. There is a small hole in a wall, and you have some 10 kancha, 10 balls in your hand, crystals in your hand, and you throw them. All the crystals have same velocity, same direction, but one can be accommodated in the hole. It doesn't mean that the other 9 crystals, we are not talented, we are not efficient. It's just that the total number of seats available in bureaucracy is very less. It doesn't make
mm,
the other people meeting failure as redundant. Not at all. They are equally relevant to the society. Now they can play different roles. So if a female has failed to make it to the UPSC level, but she prepared to the interview level and she got through till the even the mains level, she can become a great mother because of the knowledge. And even if you become a primary school teacher, you are still a different teacher from the rest of the crowd. Your knowledge will shine. You will still shine out. Being not being depressed about not getting into the UPSC. If you are just willing to show your knowledge, your performance, you just want to shine as a teacher, shine as a businessman, shine as a housewife. Even that is possible, no? So I don't
mm,
consider them as failure. They still have knowledge. That is one thing. Second thing, third thing rather, these those people who have qualified for civil services interview, they should be made the school teachers across the country. They should be given some alternative job. This is my idea, because
Mm.
they know more than many of the present day teachers. They have learned economics to history to geography to everything, to geopolitics, to environment, to science. So they are actually the most knowledgeable lot of this country. So all these people going for interview but not making it through the final in the final stage, they can be given some other teaching jobs and other related jobs in this country. This is my idea, because they are
Yeah,
still
that's very
great
true.
human resource.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can have bands, you know. So
Yeah.
one band can be up on the higher side, the other lower bands can fulfill the other government positions. There are a lot many which are there in the system who are vacant
I want them to teach actually. I really want them to
mm,
teach, because the knowledge can be best manifested
today.
when you have become a teacher. They don't have any experience to work in the government setups, but
Mm,
they have experience of knowledge, teaching, learning, so that can help in a better way.
true.
Mm.
Point taken. I think it's very nice. The viewers will really enjoy this section. Next is about the one word section. So I'll
Okay.
give you some statements and you can just answer it in a word or a limited sentences.
Mm.
According to you, what is the biggest obstacle uh, which the India's education system is facing today?
Uh, it has to be said in one word.
You can have it in sentence as well.
No.
Hmm.
This is the only reason, because the teacher's job is considered very inferior. This is a social outlook. I have
Hmm.
not seen a teacher with high morale and high confidence. A teacher feels so disrespected in our society. The teachers have lost the great respect they used to have in the ancient time. And a teacher is a very highly depressed, regressive creature, which I find. I keep meeting so many teachers across the schools and colleges. मैंने भी कुछ एक दो कॉलेजेस बनाए हैं, वहाँ हम टीचर्स को देखते हैं, दे आर वेरी लो ऑन कॉन्फिडेंस. एंड इवन इफ यू आर ए सरकारी कर्मचारी और ए सरकारी हवलदार, you are oozing with confidence. You're just oozing with confidence. But a teacher, when he is at a good higher secondary level, he is very low. I don't know what is happening. So there's one thing which I find
Hmm.
today.
Okay.
Mm, mm.
Now think about the times when the results are out of the UPSCs, right? And a student walked to you, which you have trained, and mentioned that I am through. So what is that sentiment which comes to you?
Sometimes they make me feel like crying. I will narrate one incident.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, I had a student, Mangesh. He's from Uttarakhand. He got rank 4. And in the morning 6 a.m., when I was taking a stroll in my garden, I received a call from him. I didn't know that results are out. He called me and he said, "You are my God, sir." And that shook me from inside. And I was lifting my head, looking at heavenly, celestial bodies, saying that, "Thank you, God. You created a teacher in me." So sometimes it moves you, and sometimes you face also some negative talk from our own
Hmm.
students, who try to discredit our efforts, and who also become little arrogant when they see their name in the result. So I मतलब it can have both side of the coin है, दोनों तरह के लोग होते हैं
Hmm.
कि ठीक है. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट बहुत प्यार करते हैं, रोने लगते हैं, पैर छूते हैं आकर के. और कुछ स्टूडेंट सक्सेस के बाद गायब भी हो जाते हैं. उनको लगता है कि इट वाज देयर एफर्ट एंड.
There things
So
are
ठीक है,
hmm.
फाइन विथ.
Yeah. Both of them, yeah. Now, if you're not a teacher, if you're
Yeah,
not a teacher, then what?
I would have joined film industry. That was my first dream actually.
Oh,
I wanted to be an artist. So when I was in my college, the greats from Hindu college, like in alumni meeting,
mhm.
Imtiaz Ali sir and Arjun Rampal,
Hmm.
Vishal Bhardwaj, and so many of them in Hindu
Hmm.
alumni, they used to come and they will give me a pat on my, "Oh, you have that stuff, man, so you can do it. Come Mumbai."
Okay,
So that was
that's
my,
nice.
in fact, that was my first love. But then I already told you, born in Bihar, and
Hmm.
that dreams of parents are also equally important. I think I'm fine with what I'm doing today.
That is the destiny. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, sir, now as we wrap up, there are hundreds of students of young minds listening to this who are currently sitting in small rooms of different cities, maybe Orajan Nagar, Mukherjee Nagar, and the remote villages, surrounded by piles of books, your notes, feeling overwhelmed by the weight of their dreams. So, what is your closing thought for them? What message you would like to give them?
Uh, UPSC is UPSC needs plan B also. It cannot be your sole journey, sole entire goal of your life. You have to have plan B. So always keep doing your academic, persuasions in your life. Like you should do MA, LLB, whatever you are doing. So follow your university curriculum, get some certificate, keep strengthening yourself, and then play the UPSC game also because it's more like gamble. UPSC is like unpredictable public service commission. So we
Hmm.
really don't know who will get through. No, in the class, sometime I feel that this guy is a dumb. He can never qualify. And next time I find that he is the one who qualified. And all the
Hmm.
smart ones are still struggling. It's very unpredictable. When your
Hmm.
stars and constellations are fixed, you go accordingly. Your fate turns and then finally. But my idea is that you must have plan B. Everyone preparing anywhere and never get emotional about UPSC results. अपने दिल में बसाओ लेकिन इमोशंस पे मत लाओ उसको क्योंकि 1,000 लोगों का होना है ना only 1,000 will qualify. What about the
Hmm.
rest 8 lakh people? There will be another 1 million people preparing for it. So everyone will be heartbroken. So why to get
Hmm.
heartbroken? नहीं बस enjoy the process को enjoy करो निष्काम कर्म करो मैं ऑलवेज क्लास में कहता हूँ कि योर रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम वो निष्काम कर्म कर रहा है यूनिवर्स सोलर सिस्टम सब निष्काम कर्म कर रहा है किसी को रिजल्ट का चिंता नहीं है सोलर सिस्टम मिल्की वे के चारों तरफ राउंड राउंड कर रहा है ना रिवॉल्व कर रहा है विदाउट थिंकिंग ऑफ द कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज this is how our life is we should do our karma and when we will have accumulation of karma we'll get some divine results but the divine result is not in our hand so to become is is not in your hand preparing for is is in your hand so do the preparation and the rest let the providence decide for your fate यही कहूंगा मैं
So actually, this conversation is not just about the UPSC, I would say. It was about the purpose, education, leadership, artificial intelligence, and the future of India. So
yeah
thank you so much for sharing
thank
your
you
insights with us. And to everyone who is watching, if this episode made you think differently, share it with someone who needs this direction. Because sometimes just one conversation, one thought, one idea can change an entire life. So see you next episode. Thank you so much.